Hey guys, welcome back to Raise RC. I've got a fun little video for you today. This is what I'm calling Project Evil Slash. This is my 1/10 scale dedicated race short course truck, two-wheel drive. It's purpose built basically to beat the competition at my local indoor clay track. I actually started with a stock brushed two-wheel drive Slash and have been converting it over the last few months into what I'm calling, the complete and ultimate dedicated race truck. So I've got a whole build series on this truck, but I figured I'd kind of walk through the truck in one quick little video, show you what I've got going on and show you my complete race setup. So let's pop off the body here and show you what I've got. So as you can see, I've got completely blacked out, sort of murdered out Slash two-wheel drive. All the parts are in black. I didn't dye anything. These are actually molded in black plastic. So let's kind of talk about the truck real quick. As you can see, I've got the LCG chassis, an absolute must-have for racing. Gets that center of gravity nice and low. I've also got the Traxxas suspension, front and rear. So these are longer arms, different shock towers, and then different rear hubs and stuff. So those actually make quite a big difference. Allows me to run low seat offset wheels. So these are the 0 offset wheels and tires. So I'm running J Concepts dirt webs. Sometimes I run electrons or positrons, but these are mounted on DE wheels for purposes of this video. And then also on the front end, you can see I've got basically within the steering, I've got basically Proline caster blocks, all aluminum. Also got STRC aluminum wheel hexes front and rear, basically added a little extra bite. Then I've got Techno wheel nuts there, lock nuts, serrated, all that good stuff. So keeps your wheels on nice and tight. You can also see the Proline extended turnbuckles that come with the ProTrack suspension kit. And then fun little upgrade. These are TLR SCT 2.0 shocks front and rear. I'm running associated gray springs front and rear. These are the truck springs, a little more progressive, working out really, really well. So also on the suspension front, I've got basically the Proline carbon fiber shock braces. So these stiffen up the shock towers front and rear. The ProTrack stuff is a little bit flexy. The carbon fiber pieces, mount onto the back of these shock towers, add a lot more stiffness, add a lot more response, and basically make the truck drive a little better. So moving on to the steering, there's a lot of upgrades. It's going to take a little while, but I've got hot racing, all aluminum steering rack, no servo saver. Yeah, the servo savers do actually add a little bit of vagueness to the steering response. So I'm running no servo saver. Definitely you want to run a nice titanium gear servo if you're going to do that. I've got the Savox 1258 TG in there. Very quick servo, plenty of torque for a two-wheel drive vehicle, and gets the job done. I've also got this little Schumacher piece in there. It's a little 4mm turnbuckle, allows you to fine-tune the steering drag link because the stock piece is basically just a threaded rod with no adjustment. And I think that pretty much completes the front end. Moving on to the chassis, got a fun little modification I don't think anyone else out there has. It's a B64D battery strap. So I run a shorty battery right there in line, obviously. Allows me to mount the ESC also in line right behind the battery. Gets all that weight nice and centralized and also kind of forward on the truck. Obviously with a rear motor vehicle, you've got plenty of weight already on the rear end. You generally want to move all your weight forward as much as you can for the rest of the components. So that's why I got my receiver here on the right hand side, and then a couple of weights to kind of balance it out left and right to balance out the receiver. So EC wise, I got a 120 amp Hobby King ESC, pretty cheap little ESC, but it's working out pretty well. Plenty of power. It's definitely enough juice to power my 7.5 turn motor there in the rear. And so yeah, let's move on to the rear now. As mentioned, the ProTrack rear shock tower with the carbon fiber brace, and then electronics wise, I got a 7.5 turn. So it's just kind of a cheap Atomic RC motor, but plenty of power, and it's very smooth and sensored, so working out pretty well in my truck. And then I got the HD drive shafts in the back, and then yeah, that's pretty much it for the rear end. But the fun part of this truck, the part that I'm most kind of secretly proud of, is basically the transmission. So I've got an associated VTS slipper 3-pad system, basically mounted on an STRC all steel top shaft. adds a lot more surfaces, a lot more engagement for the slipper. Also allows you to run more spring tension, adds more bite, and so that slipper is working out really well. And what you cannot see is basically I've got a ball differential in my transmission there. So that's the Traxxas Pro Ball Diff. You know, I know a lot of guys prefer gear diffs, but I actually prefer ball diffs. I think they work a little bit better, especially on dirt, and allows you to fine tune basically your diff action exactly how you want it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. My complete race truck. Oh yeah, a couple other little things. I've got STRC hinge pins front and rear. You know, the stock ones actually bend a little bit. And then I made some other little modifications to like the rear bumper and stuff, but nothing big there. So yeah, that's my Project Evil Slash, you know, kind of the evil twin brother of my little friendly stock slash two-wheel drive race, basher truck. This is kind of the hardcore serious dedicated racer. Now, just full disclaimer, I'm not sure that this is actually any faster than a TLR or an associated truck or whatever, but it definitely is fun beating up on those guys with this truck, you know, trying to finish ahead of those guys who have much more fancy looking little race trucks. So anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe as always, and give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you didn't like the video. And that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, and look for more videos soon.